our third grade string performance. Every year, this performance amazes me because it's truly incredible to see where third graders start with their learning of this instrument and where they are right now. I think you will feel equally as amazed as I do every time I watch this performance. And second graders, we're really excited to have you here as our audience so that you have an opportunity to watch our third grade concert and see if this is something that you might be interested in exploring and learning about next year as a third grader. So before we get started, I wanted to share a few thank yous and just let you know how our morning is going to run. I wanted to say a special thank you to our amazing strings teachers. We have Mrs. Clemans and Dr. Sulbaran. They do a wonderful job as part of the Westboro Fine Arts Department, visiting all of our schools and educating our students on these instruments. It's incredible the work they do with them and how much growth they help them make. A special thank you to our third grade classroom teachers for partnering with our wonderful strings teachers and supporting the program. And a special thank you to Chris Martin on the piano. He's our director, our Westboro Director of Fine Arts. And he really makes this program come alive for the district. And so a big thank you to everyone and thank you. I should also thank you as parents for letting your children practice the instrument at home. So that's an important thank you to make too. Today, our third graders are going to do a wonderful performance for you. After the performance, the teachers will share a little bit about logistics in terms of next year for instruments, and then at the end, we will let you visit with your children and take pictures, and then we will have to wrap up around 11 to get our students in this room and turn it into a cafeteria for lunch. So it's a multi-purpose space, but it's going to be a great morning. Thanks for carving out time in your busy schedules to be here to support this program and your wonderful children. I think you're going to feel really proud and amazed at their hard work. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy a beautiful musical performance.
Hi everybody, a special hi to the parents and a special hi to the second graders. For those of you who saw our middle of the year concert in January, we were plucking our songs with one finger, and that has a special name in music. It has a special fancy Italian name, as many music things do, and it's called pizzicato. So that entire concert, we played pizzicato, or plucking our instruments. The whole second half of the year, we've been actually working on how to use the bow and learning all different bowing techniques to make those same songs that you heard in January sing in a different way. So the first thing we learned to do was to just control a little amount of bow in the middle. And so that's what we're going to show you first. We're going to warm up our little tiny middle of the bow bowing patterns. And you'll hear the group playing on the A string and the D string. Those are two strings that both violins and violas have, so that we can play together. So warm-ups on little bows. we're well warmed up with our little bows, you may have noticed that I was saying something for that last part of the warm-up. I was saying the rhythm that we were playing, and we, people in the front might have heard what it was. Everybody stop, stop was the rhythm we were just playing. And we're gonna take that rhythm and turn it into a song called the Back and Forth Song. The group is gonna play that rhythm back and forth, starting on the A string, and then going to the D string, and then back to the A string, back to the D string. That's the job for the big group. And then there's another reason this song is called the Back and Forth Song. We're not just the group going between the D string and the A string. You're also going to hear the song going back and forth between the rhythm that the group is playing and a very beautiful lyrical singing kind of different bows solo that Dr. Sulbaran will be playing in between our rhythmic everybody stop stops. So enjoy the Back and Forth Song. I hope you heard the contrast between the rhythmic thing that the group was playing and the more lyrical solo part in between. We're gonna take those same two notes that we were just playing, those two strings, the A string and the D string without any fingers. Those just play the notes A and the note D. We're gonna turn it into a song that only uses those two notes. It's called the Dad Song. Shout out to any dads we might have in the audience today. Moms, you already had your special day on Sunday, so this will be for the dads. And the first thing that happens in this song after the introduction is it spells out the word dad with a D, an A, and a D. So enjoy the Dad Song. Thank you. You might notice that the bowing, even when we're using just little bows in the middle, makes a lot more sound than the plucking did, right? So it's a lot of a bigger sound coming from the whole group. We are not just going to play for you songs that only use the notes D and the notes A. So the next thing we're going to do is warm up our left-hand fingers on the D string so that we can bring you more notes. This warm-up is called the D string ladder because we're starting with no fingers on the D string, working our way up to 3 fingers and going back down to 0 fingers. The D string ladder. Now that our fingers and our bows are ready to go, and you might have noticed that we did a few more steps to get ready when we were doing fingers. We'll be doing those for our next songs too. And our next song is going to be using fingers on the D string, but still those little short bows in the middle, and this is going to be hot cross buns. Thank you. I also just want to compliment the third graders on their focus, and they're just doing such a professional job of like that little freeze after the song is over, putting their instruments up and down all together. I know it's really the playing that counts, but those little details that make it a more professional performance also actually help us to play together. So they're doing a fabulous job with that, which is going to allow us to play two songs at the same time. The two songs you just heard, the Dad song and Hot Cross Buns, are something called partner songs. That's when you have two songs that you could play at the same time and they sound good with each other. So the way we're going to do that, and you might remember this from the Pizzicato concert, this half of the group is going to play Hot Cross Buns first. That side where Dr. Sulbaran is going to play the Dad song first. And then the leaders are going to switch sides and the students are going to switch which song they're playing. So enjoy our combo of Hot Cross Buns and the Dad song. Yeah, that sounded really nice. They did a really good job of listening and being able to play while other things are happening, right? Somebody next to you might be playing the other song. Okay, that's like the first half of our program, showing you all these little bows in the middle that we started with. Then we started expanding how much bow we're using, because that sounds good on our other songs, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which is coming up. So before we play Twinkle for you, we are going to warm up those bigger, longer bows. You're going to see us landing down here at the bottom of the bow to give us more room to use bigger, longer bows. These warm-ups are going to be back on the A string and the D string. Thank you. Those warm-ups, really the longer and slower you go with the bow, the more challenging it gets to navigate that and still make it sound really smooth. The other thing that was happening during that last warm-up with the combo is that we were switching strings way out here near the tip of the bow, which again is like a new challenge for us, but very important for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So it was great to throw that into the warm-up. And when you hear us play Twinkle, you're going to hear the whole group playing Twinkle with the bow now. And then we're going to go to rest position and listen to Dr. S play a fancy solo. This has a special fancy Italian name too. It's called an obbligato. It has more notes than just the regular melody of Twinkle. So you'll hear her play a fancy version of Twinkle. And when she's done playing the fancy version, the whole group is going to play the melody again, but this time we're going to combine it with her fancy obbligato. So the third time through, you're going to hear all the parts combined. So we hope you enjoy our version of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with the bow. Because it really puts those big smooth bows to good use. Our last song for you, and let me just say something to the second graders before we do our last song. Second graders, you are hearing students in the third grade play on violins and violas, but they all sound the same in the third grade because we're picking strings and songs that you can play on both instruments. But when we see you again in September, we will show you the difference between the violins and violas. So when you do your signing up at the beginning of the year next year, you'll know all about those differences and that the violas have some lower notes available to them that the violins don't have. So second graders will tell you all about that next year. What you're thinking about right now is just whether you like strings if this seems like something that would be fun for you or not. Okay, and we'll get into all the details at the beginning of next year. Right now, you're just getting a chance to, you saw them doing the plucking, you know the first part of the year is all the plucking part, second part of the year is all with the bow. And now I'll tell you about our last song. It's a fiddle tune. It's called Bile Them Cabbage Down, but we just call it the Cabbage Song. And you're gonna see us play it two different ways. We're gonna play it what we call the plain way, just one bow on each note. And then right after that, we're going to do a much more fiddly version of the song that we're calling Strawberry Raspberry, because that's the pattern that we're doing with our bow. It makes it sound much more fiddly. So you're going to hear the group play the Cabbage Song with plain bows and then with fancy fiddly bows. Then we're going to go to rest position, and Dr. S is going to treat us with a fiddly style solo. And after her solo, we're going to combine the group playing both kinds of cabbage songs and her fancy fiddly solo. So enjoy third grade playing the Cabbage Song. Thank you all so much for being an amazing audience. What's going to